So we never want to say S-I-T before she does it. We want to do it afterwards, and sometimes we won't even say the word at all. She knows what it is, but she doesn't know how to perform S-I-T very well, because she goes into a S-I-T, and then she goes to a down, and then back up, and then down. So what we're trying to teach her is, what does S-I-T, I don't want to say it, what does it mean? So to her it means get up and down and jump around, but S-I-T, what it means is your butt is on the ground and it stays there. So I'm going to say and I'm not going to give treats, and what I'm going to do is just ignore what I don't like. That's all I'm going to do, is just ignore. That's called negative punishment. Sounds bad, but that's all it is. It's just ignoring. And what we really want to do is just attend to the things we like. So we attend and we ignore. All the while, we don't say the word before unless we are 90% sure that they will do it. But we never want to say the word, the English word, until the dog performs the behavior perfectly. So that basically means we're going to cut out all words, because she doesn't do anything perfectly, but we'll get there. Basically, you go from using a hand motion with a treat to just a hand motion to the English word, and the English word, it comes at the very end of training, so we're not going to want to confuse her and let her think that S-I-T means jump around. We'll use the word when we know she understands it. Hey, sit. Saying the word after is much different than saying the word before. You're telling them what the word is, what they just did. You're associating that word with the action. It's much, much different than saying it before. When you're saying it before, that's a cue, a verbal cue. Afterwards, it's just letting you know what it is. Hey, come here. So while we might say the word after right away, what we're going to do is work our way up to say the verbal cue as well. Come here. Hey. Sit. Now, when I say that's what I'm doing is negative punishment. It's called ignoring, but technically the is called an NRM, a non-reinforcement marker. And what that means is it's the marker for non-reinforcement. Usually the click means the marker for reinforcement. The is the marker, marks the behavior for something we don't like. And the only thing we do is just take ourselves away. That's the negative punishment. So the is always paired with the negative punishment, which is ignoring. And the click happens when we see the behavior we like in that instant that she touches her butt to the ground, or if she touches her butt to the ground and stays for 2 seconds, then we click. That's the marker for the positive reinforcement. So we go positive reinforcement, negative punishment. And remember, negative punishment just sounds bad, but it's really great. It's just ignoring, attending and ignoring. I'm just doing the cue. Sometimes I'll say the word after, sometimes I won't, but I'm definitely not going to say the word before. We know that. I've said that about 100 times. Sit. So she's already doing a great job. She even has to go out. I could tell she wants to go potty, but she's containing herself. She's learning. Before she was jumping around. I want to go potty, but no. Now she's focusing. She understands that the click is the marker for what she did right, and she's going to get reinforced. And she's very, very motivated by this process right now. I'm glad she messed that up, because I really want her to understand exactly what I want. Yes. Okay, I let her sit there for 1 second. Right now, I'm at her sitting and then staying there for 1 second. That's what I'm clicking for. I'm clicking for SIT. Hey! And what I do is I break up the behavior. So she was sitting there, then I'm going to kind of get her to move around so that we can do our next attempt. Otherwise, she'll still think she's in. Sit! What you just saw there, I had to stop talking. I captured it, okay? Sometimes we lure with treats. Sometimes we cue. But another thing that's awesome is just capturing it. Without us doing anything, they do the behavior, and then boom, we're there to capture what they did, and they did all the thinking for us, and that is when learning goes the fastest, is when we capture things. Like I said, we could lure, we could cue, we could mold by pushing down. That's not a very good thing to do. But capturing is the best. There's about 10 lessons in one video. I should charge a lot for this. Oh, also you can pay me in puppies. Let's say you owe me $1,000 or something like that. If you give me a puppy, I'll give you money. Sit. Now, what we did there was an advanced move. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it right now, but she did a sit from a down. And when you do that, you start to generalize what sit means. Sometimes dogs think that sit means only when my owner is standing like this and is in a certain room and goes like this. But sit also should mean sit when I'm laying down. It should mean when I'm in another place. Or if I'm going from a down to a SIT. Hey. Sit. Okay, so she's doing the behavior really great. This is a great way to learn how to do dog training in general. The sit, they say, is the base of the tree for all dog training. So if you can accomplish SIT in at stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, all the way to stage whatever when they're at the dog park and they're doing it for you easy, compared to the first stage where we're just trying to get them to touch the butt on the ground, you can really learn how to be a trainer just overall with any other command. Obviously there's tips and tricks to know for certain commands, but the way in which you attend and ignore, the way in which you click for the behavior you like, the way in which you don't say a word at all, you just rely on the click and the treat for a little while, and it isn't until weeks later that you use the English word. If you can accomplish everything in sit, you'll learn all of the major lessons that you need to know for dog training in general.